Hi, I was muted the entire time. Which actually is going to kind of cut into. I've got a couple of announcements to talk about. So as I was saying while I was muted, you will see my timestamp in the game is higher. You will also see the stream layout is a little bit different. I will get back to the stream layout difference here in a minute. First big announcement. I hit affiliate, y'all. So to everybody who's come through and watched the streams, do greatly appreciate you. I'm glad that y'all are enjoying listening to this guy just ramble about nonsense on Pokemon, Elden Ring, and hopefully eventually some other stuff. I've got some other kind of games planned, but right now I want to try and get this Emerald project done. So that is kind of the focus. So hit affiliate, which is huge. Now, to get into the timestamp and why I am standing in the battle tower. So I've been doing a lot of off-stream grinding, or off-stream grinding, or off-screen, whichever. I have recorded all that footage. I do plan to eventually upload a video. I have to comb through something like 20 plus hours of stuff. So I'm gonna figure out exactly what that looks like. But why we changed the stream layout, and this is also something really, really cool. So as you can see, slowly popping up is I have sprites for every one of the Pokemon that are on this team. And how many ribbons that I have on them. So that means that up to the point that we're at right now, there are only 2 ribbons left that I need to acquire in. That came at a really bad time. Excuse me. So you can see all the ribbons that we now have on everybody. So 2 ribbons left for Generation 3. Thank you, Stu. 2 left. So it means we need to go through the battle tower, which is where we are right now, as well as do a playthrough of Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. That I will more than likely be streaming my playthrough of that. You guys are going to watch a filthy casual get to be a little sweaty. But huge amount of progress. I do, like I said, I do intend to put up a video with going over, you know, what the contests were like, how convoluted of a process it is, and how absolutely rage-worthy those contests ended up being. So there's that. I did have some back-end stuff over here on my side that I will be working on after stream. So that way, the next time we stream, I'll have something kind of fun set up for the next time we do stream, which will likely end up being on Tuesday, but we'll figure that out. So I have, once I finish the contest, is just to break it up a little bit, is I did already start a little bit on the battle tower. So we do currently have a 7 streak at the moment, and right now what our goal is push as far as we can for the gold symbol. That's going to kind of prolong a little bit on what we're doing in the Gen 3 games, because I am looking to try and get gold symbols for all of the battle facilities. So, you know, while I have the 2 ribbons left, there's still quite a bit to do. So without further ado, we're going to jump in. Also, I do not have coffee. I have tea. And I do also have a jug of Pedialyte so I can stay hydrated. Because I drink a lot of water, but still not the most hydrated, I would say. The streak that I did off stream, I used my Breloom, Milo, and Meta. So I'm calling to the T-Bear. The T-Bar. Oh my. I cannot believe I just... Hi. I'm not very good at reading. The T-Bar. That's so funny. There's only one time that someone has ever read my name as Bear before, and I was just like, you're a fool. And then there's me who can't read and does that. Love that for me. But chat, we're jumping into some battle tower. We're gonna see how far we can get with this core. I believe I had said this on a previous stream, is really the intention with having a full team of 6, even though in battle facilities I can only take 3 at a time, is I want to be able to use different cores within the different facilities, so that way we could do some like silly cool stuff with them. And this Breloom is intentionally built. I take advantage of this country's growing illiteracy. That's so funny. Yep, you got me. I was duped. And we just hit the big button. But so yeah, but what we're gonna try and do is see if we can make the push for the gold symbol with Breloom, Milo, and Meta. And then when we go to a different facility, we'll use a different trio when we go to another facility, and so on and so forth until we get all the golds. Substitute is Substitute is incredible. Yeah, because it's sort of like a pseudo protect. And I'm absolutely okay with it. We'll throw a leech seed, just so I could get the little bit of recovery. So if I need to spam subs, then I have the flexibility to do so. And I think the Mantine, it's gonna take a couple focus punches to take out. And to think it was a Gen 1. That's kind of a crazy thing to think about, is that it was in Gen 1. Okay, so we're gonna have to put the Mantine back to sleep. So I might be able to just put it to sleep and be good for going into whatever the next mon is. And chat, if for whatever reason the game music is a little bit loud compared to my volume, if you're having a hard time hearing me, do let me know. I put it at about what I'm sure is the right level, but I'm not 100% certain. Just like, you know, it was a little bit like last second when I was like, okay, I need to get stream set up. So I put it about, like I said, right about where I think it should go. It could be a little bit loud, it could be a little quiet, not entirely certain. Balance is good for me and I am on perfect. No, I appreciate that heads up, Stu. Go to sleep, bat. Okay, so we've got the sleep. I definitely know you're going to be like double resist. Go for the focus punch. Golbat stays asleep. We'll see how much damage it does, because it might be a 2-hit. I'll take the crit. Yeah, because if we can get into, I lost my train of thought. ADHD, baby. But yeah, this will be first battle done. Let's go. The streak continues, y'all. But yeah, so I hope everybody, the sub-sleep focus strat. Yeah, dude, Gen 3 was a time for competitive. It's because I know a lot of the metagame was a lot of substitute focus punch shenanigans, but actually, funny enough, recently they actually banned sleep in Gen 3. Makes me want to go back to Youngstu and tell them there are better ways to play than over. I had to learn that for real hard as I got older. Because I did the exact same thing, Stu. And it was like 2 moves. If it was a dual type Pokemon, it was like 2 moves of the one type, 2 moves of the other type. And when I was getting bodied, I was like, what am I doing wrong? I wasted my childhood and I could have beaten all the Frontier bosses. Oh, yeah. No, 100% same. I had only gotten 2 of the silver symbols when I was a kid, and there are 2 of the symbols that I have now. But it's understanding the complexity of the Battle Frontier now is crazy. I guess I could do it all on. Yeah, you could. That is something you could absolutely shoot for. We got the sub, we got the seed, we go for the punch. Stay asleep. I'm not gonna complain about that. Okay, and then Leech Seed's gonna do the last little bit. Goodbye, hit him on top. Goodbye. A Girafarig. Thankfully, you are not anywhere near as troublesome as when you evolve in 20 years. Farigiraf is insane. I have been doing a little bit of VGC ladder stuff in Scarlet and Violet since the new season, or like the final season, is up now. And dude, Farigiraf is just so valuable. Pokemon Champions is dropping next week, so kinda sick. I started playing on my phone, but my saves kept glitching every time I swapped devices, so I just... Yeah, the Steam Deck would be super good. I've heard a lot of really good things about the Steam Deck. Because I think I know one person that has a Steam Deck personally, and I've heard little bits of stuff on YouTube about it, but not an extensive amount. If it comes down to it for me personally, Steam Deck. Okay. Well, yeah, Steam Deck, you just have access to so many more games, so completely understandable. Although Pokopia almost made me buy a Switch. Dude, Pokopia, like, I am not a like Animal Crossing or Minecraft type of player. Like those kind of games don't particularly not inspire me, but don't like interest me. So, but Pokopia, I've seen some gameplay of it, and it looks really cozy. You just kind of run around and goof off. But at the same time, I do worry a little bit that I do worry a little bit that it's going to kind of reach a point where you're just like, you've done kind of it's a little bit too repetitive. So you're going to hit a point where you just go, it's cool. Someone is recreating the OG Kanto map in the edit. Oh, wow. Yeah, because there's a lot of ties and stuff to the Kanto region with, like, locations and stuff. So that's really cool. They're really doing it. Those huge builds. Yeah. Yeah, the people that have the time and creativity to be able to recreate stuff like that is very, very impressive. Yeah, because I think I had seen on YouTube a video of somebody had like recreate, or either they repaired a building or they did whatever editing and ended up recreating the Silphco building in Saffron City. Now there's a building set aspect like that in Alpha. Oh, interesting. We do need to figure out a plan about doing some gaming together, Stu. Hopefully sometime next week. I can confirm some dates and stuff, but we definitely got to get some gaming in, and I got to see what the stuff is all about. Moki, what's good, brother? Happy Friday. Welcome to the stream. Give me a week or two's notice. Let's get calendars together so I can move my setup back into the... Yes. Yeah, so like worst case scenario, Stu, and we can always chat about it off stream, because I know you personally, and I've got multiple avenues to contact you. Candlers, dude, so in my defense, I got out of bed about an hour ago, and apparently have not had anywhere near enough caffeine. Y'all, but you better watch your tongue, or I'm gonna go and just like fill up the French press and drink out of the French press. You like the goatee? So I'm getting scruffy, but hold on, let me get intimate with you. So originally had the beard, but I ended up shaving the more of the handlebar, but now I'm getting all like scruffy and bummy looking. So I look a little scruffy looking Nerf herder. But yeah, so I'm gonna have to shave again here pretty soon, but I'm kind of trying to convince my girlfriend to just let me keep the beard, because I had to rock the mustache for so long with my last job that I'm like, let me look like let me look ridiculous. Let me grow the beard. Get a trimmer and just trim it. Yeah. Alright. Now, hopefully the Hitmonchan doesn't go for detect again. You fool! Yeah, but I definitely, at least if I'm gonna rock this mustache, I'm gonna have to shave like right in here, because just for giggles, I fell into the Manscaped trap, so I have a whole suite of products. No regrets. You need to get the twirl, brother. if I can get the, it went for detect again. It seems Amaryllis, yes. Also, what's up, homie? Thank you for stopping by. But eventually, like I've even told my girlfriend this, is I would love to just like full beard with the twirly mustache to, you know, match. Dude, still one of the, like, because I've got enough tattoos that I kind of forget that I have some of them sometimes, especially like if I'm wearing long sleeves, you know, I kind of forget I have like the stuff on my forearm or like my half sleeve. And I'll sometimes be working and looking at my mouse, and you can you very little see like the top of it. So I'll sometimes like look at it and just like look at my tattoo, and I just go, that's funny. But it's a goofy tattoo. I've got a couple now, and I'll probably get like one or two more, just like silly ones that are amusing for myself. But that's kind of the fun of it. It's, you get the tattoos, and you know, they mean something to you, even if it's a mustache. Like, but yeah, I'm up to, I think, 16 tattoos. Jerry Bowinkle! What's up, homie? Thank you for subbing by the stream. Starly! Holy moly! We got all the homies. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of want to get a dude, that would be hard. That'd be sick. Oh, dude, like sprite art for Shiny Umbreon and Gen 2 would be so dope. I'm working on tower video script. Good luck on the ribbons. Thank you, brother. Yeah, for those who might not have been in the stream when I was talking about it, but all the contest ribbons are done. All of them are done. You can see the progress that we have on the stream layout, which is such a good feeling to have, being able to see all of them done. So we're only missing the Battle Tower open level ribbon and the XD Gale of Darkness ribbon now. So feels really, really good to be able to just like look at it and go, it's almost done. Like, you know, at least ribbon wise. But we still do have quite a bit of gaming to do, because we got gold symbols to get and just other miscellaneous like side quest stuff. But just seeing the you know, light at the end of the tunnel is really good. Looks like ads are going to be dropping here in about 15-20 seconds. If you are not subscribed, you can use your Amazon Prime and sub. Get to skip the ads. But we're going to jump into this next battle, y'all. What do we got? What do we got? Put you to sleep. Backs. Okay, now we'll set up the sub, and we should be able to just sweep. Back to servicing capitalism. All right, Stu. Hey, you hopefully have a good rest of the day, and feel free to, whenever you get a few minutes, stop by. But always great chatting with you, brother. right, Zigzagoon. Yeah, we're still in the pretty like early stages of the battle tower, so that's not a problem. Let's drop the spore just so that way we can do the cool thing. And then we just hit the focus punch. Woke up on the loafing turn. Let's go. Let's go, brother. We're gonna put you to sleep. I'm gonna drink some Pedialyte because I'm thirsty. Pedialyte with a bendy straw, baby. All right. I think, was that battle 6 for this streak? Okay, this is battle 6. Got it. Okay. All right. Battle Girl Kelly with a Hitmonchan. What do you got? What do you got? Are you gonna go for Detect? Yes, you are. So I'll take a free substitute. All right, go for the Spore. And now we get to hit the funny button. This might be enough for the one-hit knockout. Because I know we fought a Hitmonchan earlier. I just don't remember. Okay. Honestly, I'll just go for the Leech Seed just to preserve the Focus Punch PP in case something funny happens. Oh, Moki, I just was looking back on your messages. No tats, brother. Just not committed to anything in particular, or what's the scoop? Sleepy Zangoose. Yeah, with it being early rounds, and this Breloom is very much built for kind of one-trick pony. So we're just gonna kind of slowly move through the climb. But yeah, we're almost done with lap 2 through the battle tower, so that feels pretty good. It's a Shelgon. Okay, you do get the Protect off. That's fine. That's fine. Because if I can set the Spore up now. And then I'll also just set up a Leech Seed. That way my Focus Punch doesn't have to do as much work. We can kind of soften up the Shelgon. If we don't miss the Leech Seed. There we go. Just never really committed. My brother has a bunch of tats, so he kind of paved the road as another. Okay, that's completely fair. Yeah, my mom has a few, and then my sister eventually had gotten a few. So, but at least, so it was like, my mom had gotten her first tattoo, a handful of years ago, back when I was younger. I think it was like maybe teenager, might have been a little bit younger. I don't know exactly. But after I graduated from college was when I got my first. And I've just been like, brother, I need another one. Brother, I need another one. So I've got, like I said, I think I'm at 16. And I've outpaced my mom, and my sister, I think, got her first one a couple years after I graduated. But I've like outpaced all of them. And I'll kind of joke with them and be like, listen, rookie numbers, come on, we gotta, you gotta get more ink done. So we kind of joke about that. And every time somebody gets a tattoo, I'm like, all right, better get in the shop, go get another one. Just, goofing off with my family. But yeah, the most recent one that I got was part of a piece on my leg, and it's I've got 2 Digimon on my leg. So eventually I'm going to get the 3rd one to like finish that piece out. But when I started that piece was the same day that I got the mustache. That's a ghost. So what I'm gonna... Oh, you have insomnia. So I have Gatomon and Palmon on my leg. I'm gonna eventually get Biomon on there as well. Breloom, I'm kind of okay sacrificing. So yeah, I've got, eventually I'm gonna have those 3 on my leg, and then I don't know if I've shown it on stream, but I have Ty's Digivice with the Crest of Courage. And then for the anime fans, I've got Sailor Moon, I've got Kill la Kill. Comic book fans, let me see if I could actually like get, I can't really get it unless I like go over here. But I've got the Arashikage symbol from G.I. Joe. Stu, thank you so much for the gifted subs, brother. Appreciate you for that, man. I don't think I can like pull up my sleeve, but I've got a half sleeve for Dishonored. On my leg, I've got Whitechapel, the Whitechapel Sawblade, Lamb of God logo. I have a Monarch Butterfly for Bless the Fall. I've got a spider on my back for Spider-Man. My first tattoo was actually for Green Arrow. And then for my anime fans, Dishonored the game, yeah. Stu, you're an absolute gem. Thank you so much for that, dude. Dude, Dishonored is incredible. Like, if you know, the Twitch TOS had, you know, wasn't gonna get upset at me for, you know, like, taking my clothes off just to show off my tattoo, then I would show ya. But I've got, it's like part of Corvo's mask. I've got the, what are the little things you like pick up, and I think it like unlocks more powers. It's been a minute since I played Dishonored. It's like the runes, I think they are. But yeah, I've got like one of those. It's a cool piece. I got band stuff. I've got a Lion King tattoo on my ribs. I got the Joe star from JoJo. I got some tats. They're kind of cool. But yeah, I'd like to fill out the rest of my arm. I do eventually want to get like something for the Alien franchise. I want to get something for Planet of the Apes. I want to get the Digimon one finished. finish out my other leg that's got all the band stuff. So it's going to have something for, like, the Devil Wears Prada and, yeah, Devil Wears Prada, Metallica, and, like, a small nod to Van Halen. I am actually looking at getting, right above my wrist is the regular and then the Hisui Pokeballs. So I want to get that done. I've got a handful of tattoos that I want to get. I just don't have the capability to go get the tattoos right now. But eventually I would very much like to do so. Because I have Choice Band on Metagross. We're locked into Shadow Ball. We're just gonna kind of ride it out. If Metagross ends up going down, oh no. Or if we end up outpacing the Mightyena, sick. Because I think a crit gets the knockout right now. No crit. Okay. Sweet. That puts us at a 14 streak, baby. And actually, Chickadee, check this out. Whoa. So we can actually pop this up on screen. Honestly, I kind of forgot. Technically, so with the streak that I'm showing here as best on screen, this is for the level 50. So I'm going to leave it there just because that is the best streak that we have, that I have gotten in any of my time doing Battle Tower here in Emerald. So that's why that is. Okay. Cool. And the thing that I wanted to make sure is that this streak didn't end up blocking any of some of the other stuff here on the stream layout. No, we will not save. Okay. So let me make sure that I actually did put Choice Band on Metagross and I wasn't just being a silly guy. Okay, I do have the Choice Band on. Sweet. Okay. Cool, so we'll get some more rockin'. If we can hit the Annabelle fight on stream, or at least the first Annabelle fight on stream today, would go kind of nuts. So I would be very okay with us getting to that point, because I believe she's at 28. I think she's at the 28 mark, unless I'm writing copious amounts of not it. Hold on, I'm just looking it up, chat. Chat, what should be the question of the day? What are we feeling? Battle Tower. I need... Okay, it's 35 for Annabelle, and then 70 for gold. Got it. Okay. I'll have to think of something for question of the day today. It's a Kadabra. Does Kadabra get synchronized? Do you get synchronized? Because if this fool gets synchronized, I might be in great danger. You do get synchronized. It's either synchronize or inner focus. We're gonna risk it. We're gonna risk it for the biscuit, chat. Let's go. Might actually be inner focus. Cool. We'll set the sub and then we'll drop a leech seed. Kadabra woke up. Okay. So guess what? Go to sleep. That's just kind of what this Breloom set has been built to do. But it's kind of fun. Kadabra's pretty squishy. This focus punch should get the knockout. It did not. Okay. ¿Por qué no? Something about Gen 3 music is just goated. Okay, Delcatty. You're a pretty easy just spore sub focus punch. Ribbons that are left Moki are the big battle tower ribbon, and then the Gale of Darkness Mount Battle ribbon. For these guys. So I think what I'm planning on doing is hopefully after getting a couple gold symbols, which still might be a hot second, is I'll probably stream the Gale of Darkness playthrough and we'll do the Mount Battle climbs. Yeah, Mount Battle will be pretty easy. I think just because I think in Gale of Darkness is you can get experience from, yeah, which is incredible. And there are oh, you have insomnia? You fool. Okay. And I am going to end up doing the climb 3 times because I do have my Battle Frontier team that I want to get it on. Because I have the shiny version of my Sapphire playthrough team, I want to get them with the ribbon. And then I also want to do it for... Brain, do the thing. The shiny version of my most recent Ruby playthrough team. It took me a second because I knew what I was trying to do, but couldn't actually get to it. Okay, we hit the leech seed. Now the question is... Okay, because you mean looked. Mirko kind of put me in a good spot. yeah, so I've got, definitely want to do the Mount Battle climb so I can get the ribbons on all of them. Are you keeping? So I will, so what I'm looking to do is I'm going to make a like essentially back up the save for everything once everything's done. I'm going to transfer everything up, and then I'm going to use that backed up save, and I'm going to actually put it onto my Japanese copy of Emerald. So that way, because I want this to kind of be like my forever Emerald save. And by putting it onto my Japanese copy of Emerald, I made battles that, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I'm gonna end up doing that for Deoxys, so that way I can have the 4 and all the forms in the later gens. Okay, I do outspeed the Pidgeot. Let's go. Yeah, so I'm definitely gonna do that. And with the other shinies that I'm going to have is I will put some ribbons on them, but they're not going to be as extensive. And part of the reason that I want to do that is because it's shiny versions of teams that I've used before, so I kind of want to let them do kind of the cool thing. It's not going to be all of the cool things, but at least do, like fight the Elite Four, fight Red, like that sort of a thing. But really the main focus is getting all the ribbons for this team. And the other thing that I'm thinking about, and this is probably going to be more of a decision that I make once I actually hit Gen 4, is do I want to do the Ribbon Master on all 6? Because it is a little rough. It's a little rough. And I think what's kind of been the most taxing for this really was the contest. It's kind of convoluted. There's a lot of stuff you have to take into account. It's cool. It's not my favorite thing that Pokemon has. But, that's just kind of where we are. Okay, Hitmonchan, you're gonna go for Detect, so I'll just... You did not. Still get the free sub. Chat, what we're gonna do is, after this battle, I need to go use the facilities. While I have the break going, is we'll run some ads, and I believe that should actually end up delaying the next time ads play, so that should end up working out pretty okay. So figure let y'all know about that. I'll take the Sky Uppercut Miss, brother. I don't think this gets the knockout unless I crit, as I suspected. Dude. We're eating good. I need to start paying attention to when ads play on my stream. So I think, Moki, there's you might have the ability to actually set up for, yeah. So I think you have the ability to snooze ads, and I think you have the ability to set up for what am I saying? You have the ability to like get a pop-up where it's like, oh, ads are gonna play in like however long. I think there should be a way to set that up. I still have a lot of back-end stuff that I've gotta like learn for this. Because one of the things that I was actually trying to figure out really last minute, but kind of didn't end up quite, wasn't able to quite figure out quickly, is the multi-stream. So I gotta mess with that before the next stream, which is probably gonna be on Tuesday. But chat, hang tight. We're in battle number 17. We're gonna jump into it. I gotta go use the facilities. I'm gonna run some ads, so just hang tight for a little bit, and then we'll get back into the action. All right, let's get into it. So, one of the things that I think came to poor planning is I do crave some more caffeine. Unfortunately, making more caffeine is going to be like 10 more minutes. So what I might end up doing is I might go get a coffee after stream, because that kind of sounds great. I could make some here at home myself, but I live thankfully pretty close to a couple coffee shops, so I'll probably just hit them up and just kind of take it easy, but that's future me problem. But yeah, so Pilot's Wine should go down no problem, and we're just kind of slowly schmoving through the lower rank stuff, and I think we're hitting the portion of the tower that's a little bit higher power level. So like the difficulty kind of comes up a little bit. I think it's the next round is where we start seeing like fully evolved stuff and kind of scary sets. So that we might have a little bit of trickiness, I guess, with dealing with some of those, but it might just end up being more switching around as opposed to just sit here under, you know, the Breloom substitute and commit crime that way. But we can always figure that out, and coverage between the core that I've got is pretty good, I would think. So we might be able to ride that out pretty well. Okay, Aerial Ace, that's fine. We'll still be able to land the Focus Punch. And then Leech Seed should finish it off. Yeah, and one thing that I'm noticing as I'm using my Breloom is I've very rarely hit into Salac range. So it is entirely possible that Breloom we look into a item change, just because we're not really hitting that range frequently. But we might be able to workshop something for that. Because even if it's like, instead of Salac Berry, run like Black Belt, just so we get the extra damage on Focus Punch, isn't a bad idea. Like I said, not an immediate concern, but always something to consider. All right, going into battle 18. Okay, we got Hitmontop. You're probably just going to go immediately for Mach Punch. The Intimidate is a little bit of a problem. but that's not anything we can work around that. We can work around that, no problem. Yeah, because then once I hit the leech seed, so long as it actually hits, is usually I stay pretty positive on HP. So that's part of why I'm kind of thinking what I'm thinking. Okay, Hitmontop wakes up. You're lychee berry. Okay, it's enough to break the... Oh, because you crit. Okay. Okay, lychee range. You're probably mock punching again. How much damage is that gonna put onto Breloom, though? Because then I don't know that I'll be able to set up the sub after. I would still be able to. Okay. Because I know Breloom's not, like, very bulky at all. So, seeing the Hitmontop not doing as much damage as I thought is a little interesting. Don't like the second, I don't like that second Intimidate. But at least we can get that. If we see a third Intimidator hit the board, I might be really sad. Okay, we at least get the Salac. Cool. Mightyana's that squishy? Okay, Eradicate. We're just gonna go for the Focus Punch. And that should hopefully be enough. Cool. Let's go. We're at the 18 streak, boyos. Slowly schmoovin'. Nice. Yeah, definitely hard relying on Breloom. And if I can end up just softening up my opponents with Breloom, then I'm in a really, really good spot. You have Shadow Tag, so I cannot switch out. But I can make your life a tad bit difficult. Because we just Leech Seed. Oh, you woke up? Okay, that's fine. So I'm just going to put you back to sleep and then set up the sub. And then we Focus Punch to just whittle the Wobbuffet down. And so it'll be just between like Leech Seed and Focus Punch. We'll be able to just whittle the Wobbuffet down. And I think, honestly, Breloom's going to walk out of this battle max HP for whatever is behind. One downside of using Breloom, I have nothing, nothing for ghost types. Are you countering? You mirror code. Incredible. That's interesting that that's how that interaction goes. That's really funny. Yeah, today I learned Focus Punch still goes before counter and mirror code. Kadabra, go sleep. And then I think Focus Punch comes just shy of the KO since it's a resisted type. So we'll set up the Leech Seed to hopefully put us into KO range. Yeah, this should be more than enough. Yep, and then Leech Seed will finish. Today in Pokemon School, I learned. And here, because you learned it, here's a Quick Claw. Only the most balanced item in the game. Put the grass type to sleep. This didn't get fixed until I think it was like Gen 6 that you couldn't put grass types to sleep with spore moves. So that's funny. Sorry, I said it wrong. It should have been what I learning in Pokemon. Right? Yeah. That's hilarious, Moki. Well, and it's really funny how the, like, I guess it kind of makes sense that it's what I learned. Yeah. The... Moki, are you good? Are you doing okay? But, like, one of the funny things is the Pokemon schools in the games are reflected as, like, these very useful things. And you literally walk into these schools and it's just like, hey, here's what status conditions do. All right, that's all you learn here. Or in, like, Scarlet and Violet. Hey, you're at this whole extravagant school. And, like, yeah, you can take the classes and stuff. But it's so just, like, basic knowledge. No, I've been staring at my work. Oh, yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it, brother. But yeah, it's like, you know, there's this esteemed academy, and it's the stuff you learn doing the classes is not anything super significant in terms of difficulty. Is it just kind of like, hey, this Pokemon does this. Hey, this Pokemon does this. Oh, this is the lore of the school, which, don't get me wrong, is super cool that they did. But at the same time, it's kind of like, you know, add a little difficulty would be just for the fun of it. That I would support. But yeah, it's like very, very base level knowledge that they teach in the, you know, the schools as they're portrayed in the games. Set up the Leech Seed. and then we just start punching. We do not punch yet. Thank you for your health. And now you sleep. I love Brolum. Like, not even knowing that homie can do this just, like, absolute crime. But, like, great typing. Really cool moveset that homie gets access to. Like, it's just a cool Pokemon. You want to stop waking up so early? Brother. Fine, I'll stall you out. Because then you can activate my Salac Berry, and then I just pop off. All right, we got the sub up. Okay. Yeah, sounds like a plan, Starly. Yeah, no, I actually played a couple games last night on ladder. Lost both of them. Love that for me. But yeah, I got a chuckle when I saw that it was, hey, when I looked at the date and it just goes, it was like April 1st, 26 to 12/30, 2099. And that made me chuckle a little bit. Yeah, so I need to sit down and actually like continue the grind, because I started Pokeball 6 after the reset. Yeah, it actually says that it's still 2099. It's so funny. Hey, that's not too bad, Moki. I think I'm sitting at, I think like 4 and 3 after the games that I played last night, and like I was getting tilted pretty quick, so I'm like I need to not do it. I was also pretty tired at the time, so I'm like, you know what? I'll jump back to it at a time that's not right now, and I feel like the cores that I was taking in were pretty good. I think just like mismanaging resources was really a big concern for like why I wasn't getting those wins. So I've also kind of figured out that as funny as it is to like just, you know, hit the funny button, is I'm having to pivot a little bit more and set myself up better for when I can actually do the funny button press. Yeah, I'm because I'm getting those extra reps with the team, is I'm able to see how different things interact. I think I ended up winning a game with, I want to say it was like Ninetales Kyurem on the board, and it was just like, this is the thing. This is what I'm doing. So, you know, just as opposed to hitting the funny button, is remembering kind of where my pivots need to be and all that sort of thing. I did test a couple different teams. I got some team codes and was just messing with those on the ladder. and was doing a little bit of this, a little bit of that, but kind of not the best scenario, just because of you might be Quick Claw. I'm gonna need to deal with that. Ninetales and Kyurem endgame with your team seems like a, well, yeah. I used Groudon last time. I got to play a couple games the night after the switch over for the season. You have to be Quick Claw. There's no way you're just faster than my Breloom. And I ended up going up against like 3 Groudon teams in a row. And the thing that screwed the Groudon players over the most is they terra'd their Groudon into a fire type, and I was put into a position that I was able to just go discharge. So it was really a really interesting kind of scenario that I ended up putting my opponents in. And I was able to capitalize on a few of their switches, which very, very much helped me out as well. Okay, substitute's gonna go down. It's the most commentary to use. Yeah. I think that's probably part of the reason why Koraidon's a little bit more... I mean, Koraidon is still very much a Terra Hog, but you're able to kind of still maneuver with it if you're not punching the Terra button. But it's because you're able to set up so much with what's around it. You have, typically like Icy Wind on Fluttermane, which is going to really just like punch holes into stuff. And if you're able to maneuver and get like flame charges set up, you're eating really, really good. Do you rest? Okay, yeah, so now we're gonna start seeing the higher power level stuff. So this is where we're gonna have to get a little tricky and a little silly with how we play the team. Koraidon positions much better. 100% agree with that. Now, in Pokemon Champions, which is dropping in 5 days, and they start introducing restricteds and primals become an option, that's gonna be where things get really, really neat. Because I think we're probably going to see Primal Groudon completely eclipse Koraidon, just because the resistance to fairy attacks, it shuts off water attacks, higher base stat total. Like Primal Groudon, we're likely going to see be an absolute menace again. This also means we have to wait until the restricted formats. But oh boy, that's gonna be a doozy. I am really excited though about Champions, because I think while I have the ability to pivot and utilize restricteds, I think I do okay. I think the lower power level is going to be where I find a little bit more success. And it's going to let me jump back into playing VGC games and be just more comfortable. It's going to be weird having to pivot so hard from a different you know, a different power level, but I think I can probably make it work. I struggle with lower power level because I've only played one format with that. Oh, gotcha. I think the only time I have ever reached master rank in Scarlet Violet before was it was actually the format. It was the format Urshifu was introduced, funny enough, and I think that team I didn't run Urshi, but I think Single Strike was not really a threat at the time, so it was mostly Rapid Strike. So it's gonna be really interesting to see what the format looks like once Champions comes out, because I don't think Urshi's going to be eligible, so it's going to be along the lines more of like Scarlet and Violet's regulations. I think like A, B. No, it would be more like their A. Dude, Rapid Strike is nasty. Do I live? I do not. Sad. Okay. Let's go for the mash. Hey, we'll take the dodge. Yeah, it's gonna look a lot like what the regulation, I think it was considered regulation A in Scarlet Violet. So, you know, no sort of legendaries, no paradoxes, no ultra beasts, nothing like that. Pro mentioned to know all the Pokemon that are gonna be in. Dude, that's going to have a major factor with what I end up playing. I think I feel pretty confident with chat. That's a problem. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. Dude, why did you miss? There's a pre-champions format on Showdown, so people are playing also giants. Oh wow, that's a lot of players. Holy moly. Okay, well I get Marvel scale at least. Yeah, I'm really hoping that we see Menson meta in Champions, because that's who I really want to build my team off of. I know Farigarath's in. Milo! Oh, dude, come on! Oh, no. Okay, well, at least the Kingdra is going to go down this turn to Toxic. Please recover Milo. Thank you. I think it's the biggest. It's an online. Yeah, 4,000 is a crazy number. Okay. How you doing? How you doing, buddy? Okay. Oh, no. I am rocking my last Mon right now. Oh, dude, the King's Rock Aerial Ace is bad, but I get the one-hit knockout with that Ice Beam, baby. Oh, no. Oh, no. Ugh. don't know that I live. I don't know that I live. Chat. We're thriving. We're thriving. We're back to 0! Honestly, that para is why I was able to survive, like, take those aerial aces better. Para hacks, yeah. Dude, and the attract on that Kingdra was rough. Oh, items? So I have on Breloom, I have Salak. On Milo, I've got Mystic Water. And then I've got Choice Band on Metagross. So because I've already got Lumberry accounted for on Latios, and then I've got the Cherry Berry on Mence, really with Milo, what I... Chad, do I put leftovers on Milo? No, because I already have leftovers on Pert. Chad, I kind of wonder if I actually do something like Citrus on Milo. Just like a health berry. Lum's already on Latios. Yeah, so that's why I didn't end up going with Lum. I am not. Citrus's vibes. Correct. Yeah, so Marvel. Yeah, because I get higher defense if I have a status condition. This is kind of one of those times where I wish I had a Flame Orb. So, yeah, because, like, Flame Orb on Milo would be kind of sick in Gen 3, but I'm not going to be able to get to play with that until Gen 4, which is more than okay. Because Milo's supposed to kind of serve the role of like bulky water, but if you look at the Pokepaste that I have in my Discord server, you'll see that it's not very bulky because it's got kind of bad IVs. But disregarding that, I kind of wonder if Citrus might actually be the play, just for the extra livability. Might not be a bad idea. We also haven't used Milo that much since we started the tower climb, since it's kind of just the Breloom show. And it's a funny show, if you ask me. Citrus, yeah. I do kind of like the Citrus idea. Let's throw the Citrus on. Just for the idea of giggles. Excuse me. Don't think it would have saved. I think it would have put me in a position that I would have been able to keep Milo up a little bit longer. I think in that run, really it was a 50-50. Because I had the Para and Marvel scale, is the recovery might have put me right out of range, or it would have done nothing. And then obviously we have the para chance. So it's very much a weird situation that I was in. But that's all right. So we're gonna go same comp. And if I can basically utilize the team in a way that Breloom just kind of just chunks everybody down, and then I just go in and just kind of clean up with Milo and Meta, I think that's probably the best way to pilot this. Yeah, you're right. Toxic Miss, Icy Wind hitting, then the parry. Yeah. Yeah, that was a little rough. But we'll get there. And the worst case scenario is if we have to pull, you know, if we have to switch Milo out for Swampert, or, you know, we have to just pivot a little bit in the core to actually hit the gold. Oh no. Or if we need to change a move set, like it's not the worst thing. I don't like you raising your defense. Just don't do a barrier again. But yeah, we're back. We're back to doing the low round grind. So this shouldn't be too bad. And heck, what we could even do is maybe for like the next round is we'll just pull the just bring out like the triple, like maybe like the 3 big hitters, and just sweep quick through the lower round stuff, so that way we can jump into the higher ranked stuff a little bit faster. We could definitely potentially do that. Because I know with they are Moki, and I think one of the things that I do like about doing the early rounds is it gives you the ability to see what the team does and can do. Yeah, your damage calcs are going to change drastically once you hit the higher rank stuff. But being able to see, like, hey, you know, this is how I pilot this. This is what my turn order should typically be. Then you at least have that to kind of put in the back of your mind. But because Breloom is such a like one-trick pony, that makes it a little tough for like moving through this quickly. Confusion? No. Stop it. We get the focus punch. Alright, stand by just a second, chat. And guess what? We have the 1 streak. If I lose for whatever reason in the like first 21 battles, I think my sadness would be quite profound. But I think with how dumb the like sub punch strategy is, we should be okay. should be being the emphasis. Chat, hope everybody's Friday's going well. Yeah, if we could not have stuff wake up so quickly, would be awesome. I'm kind of okay with just hitting the focus. Okay. Yeah, because if we can at least hit the 21, would be good. I don't know that we'll be able to get all the way up to 35 on stream today, but if we end up getting like a really good, you know, a battle that goes like super quickly, or really a streak that goes extremely quickly, then we can definitely try and do a push a little bit further. Today's been vibes so far. Need a haircut real bad. Okay. Are you just like kind of cleaning up the hair, just getting a little long and straggly? Is that what's going on? You might have faked out my substitute, but you did not fake out me. The sides are getting long, but I look. Hey, you know what? I'll tell you what. You go with the buzz cut. Your hair maintenance is very small. It is very small. Wake up. Kind of just go. Wake up. Do one of these. Make sure that your hair's still attached, and go. Like I've had the buzz cut for a long time, so I am very familiar with the hairstyle. Now I've got the start of a mop. Tell you what, it's a lot more work than it's more work than I remember, honestly. Because, like, I knew that there was, like, a lot of effort you had to put into long hair. I didn't realize it was this. I had one, too, but haven't had one since I was a lot skinnier. Gotcha. Well, and the nice thing about hair is it grows back. So, like, Starly, if you end up doing the buzz cut and you're like, I hate it, genuinely worst case scenario, you put, you know, you wear a hat more until it grows back out, or hey, you even like it and it's like, dude, this rocks, then, you know, more power to you, you know. So it's like you said, YOLO. You know, give it a shot, see how you like it, and if it rocks, sick. If it doesn't rock, dang. Just have to try a different hairstyle. Hair advice with the coffee bar. Setting up hail is kind of stupid. Yeah, so I mean, it's like worst case scenario, it's you end up deciding to do something else. But hey, you know, sometimes it's kind of funny to like try it out to see if it works. I know I've done that a little bit with like facial hair, I know one thing that I will never do again is go clean shaven, because I look gross with a clean shave. Like, me having a mustache is probably the least amount of facial hair I will have willingly. We got the 3 streak, brother. A little bug is scary? Well, it depends on the little bug, my man. I can't have facial hair. Oh, it just doesn't come in very well? Had to respond to a message real quick on the Discord, which hey, you should be seeing in chat. There is an invite to the Discord server if you are not already in it, and if for whatever reason that link does not work, let me know and I can get a new one updated. Hey, can you not wake up so fast? What is this RNG today? Why is everybody waking up so fast? Everybody needs to stop having lumberries too. It's very Mexican, uncle. That's diabolical. I'm not trying to push 35 at 25. Oh, that's hilarious. No, I got told I looked young with so I went to go get dinner with my girlfriend for our anniversary a couple days ago, and the waiter had ID'd me. He's like, wow, you look young. And I'm like, thanks, man. So I kind of don't like that. Because I feel like I look like I'm in high school with like my hair the way it is and this mustache. I might have to bully my girlfriend into just accepting that I'm growing a beard and she's going to have to deal with it. It also probably doesn't help that I've got like the, you know, the scruff coming through, so it like it doesn't make the mustache look properly. But that also requires me, you know, letting my facial hair grow a little bit and then shaving again. Heck, I completely just was like messing around when I was shaving my beard, and I was like, hey, how funny would it be if I had this mustache? And all my friends, Stu included, went, yeah, it looks good. I like it. And went, wait, actually? All right, Julian, what do you got? A gecko? Okay. Sleep. Pardon. Something that as I'm fighting this streak reminded me of a conversation. So, To all my Pokemon fans here in the chat, are y'all familiar with a format called Little Cup? Okay, so I had a really goofy idea that's Little Cup adjacent. What if there was Little Cup VGC? Is there really? I'm surprised by that there's a VGC for Little Cup, because that sounds like kind of a really funny idea. It's like, hey, look at my Grookey that is just bullying everybody. Grookey and Litten are probably like top tier. Unless for whatever reason either of them don't get access to like certain moves until they evolve, which is, I think, is completely a reasonable thing. Thank you for not getting the double protect, because you are going to sleep. Alright, Corphish. Later, buddy. It's not official, but it exists, and if it was official, it would be covered, because a lot of Little Cups have it. Oh. I have a slightly hot take with the like singles metagames. And this I have this thought that exists across all generations. Such as if Duraludon and Dryfragor fit them. Okay. Moki, what's the dilemma? What's going on, brother? What is thy dilemma? Hey, it's another Trico. Yeah, I think the cutoff for like base stat totals for Little Cup, I think that's probably kind of tricky territory as well. Trico, just don't wake up yet. You little shit. All right, go back to sleep. Shut up. But the singles metagames, the thing that I have against those is they intentionally make their tiering system more complicated than it needs to be. My friend last minute told me they were going out for my friend's birthday. Oh no. I'm never gonna finish the room. Moki, no! So here's my thoughts on it, Moki. In your defense, technically, when you rescheduled the stream, you did say that, hey, I entered it incorrectly in, in the announcement. as someone who, you know, watches your stuff myself, like, if you dropped a message and were just like, hey, y'all, not gonna be able to stream tonight due to, yeah. And if you were just like, hey, listen, here's the deal. Plans came up, and, you know, I would go so far as to say, like, these are the type of plans that it's like, yeah, dude, you have the ability to go and, you know, do your thing and not have any sort of, you know, criticism, backlash, or anything like that. Like, go celebrate the homie. Like, I would not be someone who would get up in arms and be like, Moki didn't stream because he went and tried to have a relationship with human beings. Like, I'm not gonna be like that. But, like, I'm sure there are probably some people that would, but Moki, the TLDR answer, you deserve to be able to do things with the homies. Go see the homies. And, you know, I think people would be inclined to understand that it's good to go spend time with the homies. So, chat, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna finish this battle. It looks like might be some ads coming in a few minutes. We're gonna finish this battle. We're gonna go take a break so I can go squeeze the lemon and go top off my water and all that jazz. I'll run ads through the break, and then we'll be able to jump back into it. We might be able to hit the 21, and then we'll probably wrap stream up at that point. So, give you an idea kind of what to expect for the rest of the stream. We should be able to get this battle done pretty quick. Maybe? Bloom stays asleep. Cool. So that makes my life a little bit easier. We got you, dog. A mag cargo. Go to sleep. Because I don't know what kind of flamethrower nonsense you got going on. The one thing I am just slightly worried about is like flame body, because that could hinder a lot of things. Okay, it looks like ad break's gonna be starting here really, really quickly. I should be able to just focus punch and be able to time it well enough that the break will happen when I go on my break. Yeah. And like, you know, life happens. It's something that happens to all of us. Like, you know, you should be able to, you know, cut each other a little bit of slack for that. Chat, I'm going to step away. I'm going to go squeeze the lemon. Ads are going to start. Stick tight. We're going to get back into it. Hello. We've returned. All right, let's see if we can hit that 21 streak, and then we'll probably call it there. So that way we'll be for next stream, we'll be set up for the big time. And what I'm hoping is the case is that we don't end up running into just another L immediately next stream. But, you know, as you all know, being Pokemon players, is the RNG giveth and the RNG taketh away. So we'll definitely have to play it by ear at that point. But as I've said earlier in the stream, is if it ends up being that we've got to slightly tweak the team composition going into the tower, we can do that. I'm also more than okay with if somebody brings up a recommendation of, like, you know, hey, maybe you want to see more out of, say, like the battle arena or battle pike. I'd be more than okay with like switching it up, but we'll definitely try to get some progress at least in the tower, because I think arena and pike are probably going to be the easier run-throughs. Pyramid might be a little tricky, but we could probably work with that. Oh, you focus band. But we'll eventually have to do the climbs for those, but that's fine. Okay, don't like that because I did set up my sub. I'm throwing, chat. I'm throwing. Oh. I broke the fire spin? Okay. Cool. Not going to complain about that. Friendship boost. All right, now we game. Substitute goes down, that's fine. Because we still punch. See, like, and that's how we find out how volatile the Breloom set is so it's so much of a one-trick pony that I have to do the exact same sequencing. I'm also wondering if maybe going into the higher rounds, if maybe leading with Milo might not be a bad idea. And basically use Milo as my, kind of use Milo as the whittle everything down, with it being kind of that bulky support role, and then have Breloom and Meta work as my cleanup crew. We can always do some workshopping. Maybe next streak we'll do the Milo lead and see how comfortable we feel with that. We'll update that. We are on battle number 9. is going to be our question of the day today? Why not lead Incineroar? Fake out, parting shot. I'm very curious to see how much he gets nerfed in Champions. Because already we found out that Homie's not getting knockoff. So I wonder what other potential nerfs that he's gonna get. But yeah, having Incineroar available immediately for Champions is a little bit scary. With the Combuskin, I don't know that the Focus Punch is gonna get the one hit, so we're gonna drop a Leech Seed. Boop, boop, boop. Yeah, we should be more than okay with dropping with the Focus Punch. They drop knockoff to give it wide. Oh no. If like Incineroar losing knockoff is going to be a little bit of a hit to that Mon. They give Homie wide guard. I think Homie just becomes unbelievably cracked. Yeah, I really hope they don't give Incineroar wide guard. That sounds awful. I don't want to even think about Incineroar with wide guard. Realistically, though, I don't think removing knockoff will do. I don't think it's going to hurt the usage by much. I think removing knockoff just takes away some of the utility that Incineroar has. What it really does is it takes away Incineroar's probably most useful Dark Stab. I think that's what that really does more than anything. Because if Homie can't use like a reliable Dark Stab, yeah, you still have access to things like Flare Blitz, U-Turn. I mean, Homie has Helping Hand. Fake Out might still have Parting Shot. I don't think Darkest Lariat sees much use. Yeah. But, I mean, like, Darkest Lariat, I don't know that it has a secondary effect. Whereas knockoff, it just goes, hey, guess what? You don't have an item, and I hurt you a lot. And that's definitely... That's going to provide a little bit of a hindrance to that Incineroar. Because... Getting rid of an item on a Pokemon that's extremely beneficial for them is really good. Unless you're going up against, like, a Sneasler or something with Unburden. Me, when I Terra Dark my Calyrex Shadow Rider in front of it and will knock off my Life Orb. Yeah. It's like, hey, cool, thanks for, you know, making it so I lose less damage per turn. But I guess, like, the only downside is you're, like, Well, I guess I'm just not going to get the boosted boosted damage. But hopefully by the time that you actually hit... Oh, the nasty plot kick. Or the click of the nasty plot. Nah, that's icky. Yeah, that's gnarly. Yeah, if you're able to get a nasty plot set up with Calyrex Shadow Rider, you're probably in a really, really good position to just win. Okay. I probably could have just hit the sub button, but that's fine. Yeah, we'll go for it. Yeah, one thing that I'm thankful for is that Calyrex Ice Rider doesn't learn Swords Dance. Wow. What were you going up against? Because that's a crazy... Well, and the fact that you... So, were you able to get all 3 nasty plots set up? Oh, okay. Yo. You know what? Cubone? Cubone? I need you to listen to me. You were going to sleep. They had a grim stuff. Oh, so they probably set screens up on you. Yeah, that's with the team that I've been using on ladder that's one of the things that definitely hurts to go up against is going up against Grim, because I don't have a lot of answers to it. And so, like, having to maneuver around when screens get set up, I kind of am forced into a position where it's like, I really hope I get a status condition on it. And that way I can kind of just brute force my way through. But, you know, I don't have a method to just go, hey, that status that screen, I remove it. Like, I just don't really have that capability with the team as it is. And how I set up my screen is very weather reliant. Yeah. And I think that's really the best way to do it is sometimes... Yes, it does change the, like, damage calculations, but sometimes you are able to maneuver around it. And I know one thing that really helps a lot in the Grimmsnarl and Whimsicott matchups is just throwing Farigiraf out, because I can just kind of look at them and go, hey, that fake tears that you run on your Whimsicott sitting next to your Miraidon, not gonna matter. And it just so that way I can get, you know, ensure that I'm not taking any sort of extra damage. And then shutting off the T-waves is really nice as well. Okay, we get the Spore off at least. Okay. Let's actually hopefully hit the focus punch. Yeah, because that Shelgon waking up and being able to hit the protect was a little sad. Sounds good, Starly. Hope the haircut goes well. We will catch you soon. Thank you for stopping by. Okay, Shelgon goes down. Leech Seed does the last little bit. Okay, we got the Mighty Anna. Did I get to just ignore Intimidate because I have this sub up? Could be kind of cool. Yeah, because one thing that I will say that they introduced in the Pokemon games later in is being able to actually see where stat drops and stat boosts are. Because trying to remember it while you're in the middle of gaming is a little tricky. It's a Quilava. Go to sleep. Now, I'm just hoping homie does not have Focus Band. So we are on battle number 11. And so far, Stu, we're doing pretty good. We're schmoving at a decent rate and just kind of slowly trucking along. So I would say we're doing pretty good. I think that's actually, yep, battle 11's done. So we'll update that. But yeah, I'd say we're doing pretty good, Stu. Yes. Okay, you have Vital Spirit, so I will not be able to set up the sleep on you. You evaded, no. Okay. If I can... Okay, that's good, that's good, that's good, that's good. Okay, we get the Leech Seed. Are we gonna have... My question is are we gonna have to play the stall game like we did with that knock towel earlier? Why are you only using Screech and Swagger? Okay. Could have been really scary. Magneton? Go to sleep. And then Focus Punch, we should just be able to get the knockout. No problem. Yep, stays asleep. We're... Woo! Dude, this Breloom's kind of incredible. Like, it's such a dumb set that I've got. Okay, you're gonna fake out? Yep. Guess what? I still get to punch. Let's go. It's battle number 12. Done, baby. Whoop. Didn't mean to do that. I just got permission to put my PC. Nice, dog. Yeah, we gotta get some gaming in, brother. Needed it for school, but her new oh, nice. Okay, so we got a dust skull. So, what we're gonna do... set up the sleep. Oh, dude, that's gonna be awesome. We get to finally do a little bit of gaming. Hey, I don't like that you woke up so fast. So this situation, I am more than okay with switching. It had been in our bedroom. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, being able... yeah, the Dust Skull just really went, hey, man, so, gonna need you to not. Yeah, we'll just punch with Shadow Ball since we didn't have to worry about confusion. What do you have in the back? Slugma? Get Shadow Ball. Charmander. Ball. And chat, that puts us to 13th streak. Let's go! Oh, baby. All right. So, small change of plans. I'm a level with y'all. I'm really hungry. I am very hungry right now. So, what we're going to do, we are going to finish this battle. We are going to redeem the super cool battle points as a reward. We're gonna drop a save, and then we are going to wrap up the stream. Your boy needs some grub. I've been up now for a few hours, and my stomach is definitely making very clear that I need to eat. And we've been going about 2.5 hours, so a little bit longer of a stream than usual. But with that being the case, what's the plan for next stream? I am going to do a very small amount of off-stream grinding. Or, I keep trying to say off-stream and off-screen at the same time, so then I sound like a bumbling dum-dum. So plan is, do a little bit of grinding off-stream. Bayleaf wakes up. I'm going to then get us to the 21 streak. That way for Tuesday when I stream next, we'll be able to start from 22, hopefully push for at least getting to the silver Annabelle fight. From that point, we'll just kind of go from there. I think that's probably going to be, if we end up like losing a streak, is the like 0 to 21 streak is probably going to be off screen. And if I find any like weird situations or just kind of funny, amusing things while I'm doing that, I'll try to get the footage. So if it like, oh, I ran into a battle tower shiny, or I ran into whatever. I'll try and make sure to get footage of that and get it uploaded to the Discord for y'all that are in it. If you are not in the Discord, should be links in the chat that should get you into it. Like I said earlier, if for whatever reason that link's not working, let me know. But that's the plan for streams coming up. Right now, we're probably going to be focused heavily on Battle Tower, just as we're pushing for the ribbon. Friday next week, maybe, potentially, possibly, we could try out a different facility. Yes, Stu, definitely need to touch base on that just to make sure that we can get something scheduled. But chat, appreciate all of you for swinging by. Like I said earlier, dude, I hit affiliate, and you know, it's thanks to y'all coming through and just kind of hanging out and vibing. We're going to drop a raid. We're going to go drop a raid somewhere. I'm going to go find somebody right now. Let me just drop one more save. And then I'll probably end up backing up my save after the stream closes. But we're going to go drop a raid. Stick around for that. And the thing that I say at the end of the stream, and I say it meaning every single word of it, take care of yourself, be good to one another, and stay safe. We'll see you soon.